We get more reaction then tonight. I'm joined by now ATM spokesperson Sibusiso Mncwabe. Good evening, Sen. Good to have you with us, and thank you very much for joining us tonight here on In Focus. Does this process, for you, smell of, I suppose, political innuendo? Is the suspension a political tool in the arsenal of President Cyril Ramaphosa, or has the process, which, by the way, is not starting now, started back in 2017, was brought on by the Democratic Alliance long before we got to this point of the farm gate. Was it procedural, was it substantive, and was it fair?
Well, Butabo, good evening to you and your listeners. Clearly, if you read section 194 of the Constitution, subsection 1, again, the President is in violation of the Constitution. If you read that section, it tells you that, yes, the President can suspend anyone who's, when there's a pending, by the committee, a pending investigation on his or fitness to hold the office. But the section says, pending, if the Constitution is, if the committee is investigating the removal or has concluded on the removal of that person. For now, the committee that we have in Parliament is still have to investigate the fitness of the public protector to hold office. We have not reached the stage of removal or not removal. As an ATM, was so amazed. What makes the President to be so panicky at this time around? Remember, this matter of the PP, it's an old matter, and the President hasn't acted. Now that this farm gangsterism that has happened in his farm, he's now acting in this matter. To us, this is politically motivated. The President is panicking of what the public protector will discover. As an ATM, we are fully behind the public protector of the Republic. Yeah. We do not believe that this is the appropriate time to suspend her, especially that the President himself is conflicted in the matter.
Yeah. But the President has already received a letter by the Speaker declaring that there is some prima facie kind of show that the public protector could not be fit to hold office, and therefore calling for this inquiry. Is that not sufficient enough for the President to act on it?
It is not sufficient. Remember, open the Constitution yourself. 194 speaks about the removal of the public protector, and that is only then the President of the Republic can act. Now the committee must first, because the resolution of Parliament, we must not lose that. The resolution of Parliament speaks about finding her fit or not fit to hold the office, not the removal that section 194 of the Constitution speaks about. For now, the Committee of Parliament must establish, one, whether Advocate Mkhwebane is fit or not fit to hold office. Remember, even that process still has some challenges. Yes. The PP has a challenge in court. She has submitted the challenge in court, the UDM, the ATM. So even the committee itself has not started its own process yet.
But her rescission application has not been successful. In fact, she's challenging, of course, whether an independent judge can form part of that parliamentary process. And she has not been successful in that. And she has also not been successful in proving her case on the conflict of interest.
But yes, I agree with you. But if we have not reached the removal stage, read 194. It says if someone is facing a committee that is dealing with his or her removal, the President of the Republic can then act. We agree with that.
Right.
But we are saying the Parliament resolved to firstly look at her fitness to hold office. That is where we are. The President has jumped to all those stages to remove the President, according to us, prematurely. It says to us the president is panicking of what the PP will discover, of what happened in his farm regarding whether money laundering, capture, torture, all those things, all the mafia style.
But the president says, as far as this removal is concerned, it doesn't inhibit the Office of the Public Protector from continuing with those investigations.
I agree with you, it doesn't hinder the Office of the Public Protector. But when it comes to a specific person, Advocate Mkhwebane, who is in question as we speak, there is no finding by the Committee of Parliament on her removal, let alone the fitness.
Yes.
So, yes, we understand, we agree with you as ATM that the investigation will go on. But regarding the incumbent, the Advocate Public Mkhwebane, there is no finding by the public, by the Parliament committee on her fitness or removal. Why the president jumped all these stages to remove her? This is what we said, not only us. I understand the UTM also raises some questions regarding this matter and other parties. The president is panicking. There's something that will be discovered, and he is quite aware the criminal activities he has performed in his Palapala farm. That is why now he is jumping all these stages.
But one would then
prematurely.
One would then argue that it will be found anyway, whether he's jumping prematurely or not. If there is something that's going to be found in the investigation, it will be found anyway. But this is a process that has been going since 2017 and had to come to this stage. So the Chapter 9, subsection 3 does say this president may suspend a person from office at any time after the start of proceedings of a committee of the National Assembly for the removal of that person. So that is this process that has started.
Butabo, the process has not started. There are challenges, I told you.
Yeah.
The public protector has said, and the us as ATM, I understand the leader of the UTM as well. There are some challenges within the committee. The matter has not started yet. There are some argument as to how this matter must be handled. Before the committee unanimously reach the position as to how this matter should be handled, we see the president jumping to suspend the PP. As a reasonable person, any ordinary person in the street, not a legal fundi, and not a politician, any person will tell you that, you see, President Ramaphosa is now panicking. He is scared that something might come out. Remember, we have submitted as an ATM to the office of the the Public Protector, an application or a letter that what happened in the farm must be investigated as to it does not violate the oath of office or any executive code of ethics of the sitting president. We've submitted that. We receive an acknowledgement from the office of the PP. Just before it started, this president suspended the PP. What does that tell you? Well, the man knows exactly what does it tell you? And he is panicking.
Is it because of the politics of this particular impeachment process, or is it because of the law that you're reacting in the way that you're reacting?
Well, we in our view, we think the law must take its course. The law must what give us the procedure as to what happened. But in this case, in as much as the law favors President Ramaphosa, we don't argue with that. But the steps, he should have waited for certain steps before acting. He acted prematurely, which makes us as a party to ask questions. Why this man is so panicking so much that even before a committee of parliament sits unanimously and discuss the fitness of this person to hold office, before even going to the removal or not a removal, according to section 194, he is acting.
Let me get your view then on what do you think would be the consequence for the office that the public protector is suspended?
Well, we are of the view that the PP herself has challenged the matter, and courts are due to make decision either tomorrow or so. So we'll be waiting to look at the decision of this court in this judgment. But also, remember, once the PP puts the matter in court challenging the president, and the court is due to make decision, and the president jumps to make his own decision, he's even undermining the rule of law, a court. So we've got a president who is the law unto himself. We've got a buffalo who is baffling everyone in this country, including the justices of this country, as far as ATM is concerned.
We appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us. So let's see some more reaction then tonight as far as the news of the suspension of the public protector at Newzroom 405. Here's what you've got to say. If the president suspends the public protector because she is allegedly unfit for office, we should suspend the president because he is allegedly laundering money. That's the reaction so far. We'll take some more when we return next. More reaction and indeed a legal perspective to today's suspension of the public protector, Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane, by President Cyril Ramaphosa.